Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. What a gorgeous day. Shooting this on a Sunday afternoon. It's amazing. Blue skies, white clouds. Today's topic is going to be strategies that do not work. All right, so I'll get to them in a minute. And if you see me looking down, I made a couple of notes. Don't want to forget any. And I'm sure there's more, but these are the key ones. Just enjoy a little bit of outside air, fresh air. Gorgeous day. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. Breathe in the clarity and exhale the doubt. Breathe in the peace and exhale the noise. So, strategies that don't work, all right? Inevitably, if you are not succeeding in your recovery process, it's likely that some of the strategies that you're currently employing are not doing the trick. And it doesn't take a lot to keep the brain in the fear mode and perceiving danger. So, let's start out. Perceived danger is what turns on pain. Fear and attention are what keeps it going. So as you listen to these, note how they relate to whether or not the brain is perceiving danger or safety. So, first strategy that does not work is indecision, meaning I can't decide if I have TMS or not, perceived danger pain or not. Indecision will keep the brain in fear because if you think, well, maybe it's physical, the brain will typically keep the danger signal going because your indecision has it convinced it's a body problem. And you're going to notice some common threads here. So rejecting the TMS diagnosis or concept, staying on the fence, same exact thing as indecision. Now, another thing that will cause a TMS approach not to work is to continue treating the body. Dr. Sarno, TMS 101, first day of class, he said, stop all physical treatments. That means ice, physical therapy, acupuncture, chiropractor, stretching, massage, all those things. Creams. Now, medication, I'm going to put a caveat in there. If medication is currently helping you hurt less, and that helps you get more safety and fear it less, then I'm okay with people taking medication with their doctor's guidance until they no longer need it. Try not to judge yourself as failing if the pain meds help you out a little bit. Just recognize it's not a cure, but if it's a way of being kind to yourself, it's probably not a bad idea. So treating the body generally keeps the brain perceiving this is a body problem and not a perception of danger issue. So, another strategy that doesn't work is visiting bad neighborhoods. What do I mean by that? Visiting any type of chronic pain or chronic illness website or forum that is not TMS informed, right? Because many of those folks, professionals and members of that community, have no idea what TMS is or perceived danger pain is, and therefore their entire focus is all about body physical treatments, and many of them are in a very, very desperate place. So visiting those bad neighborhoods is surely going to scare you further, which does what for perceived danger? It elevates it, right? Scaring yourself. Sometimes that's visiting bad neighborhoods. Other times it's just simply, the way we think and speak to ourselves all day long. And in some cases, people are literally running around going, oh no, I hurt so bad, it must be physical. And they start to project, I'm going to be like this forever. I better start researching, where to get a wheelchair. And this future vision of themselves as a disabled person in pain forever is scaring the crap out of themselves. So I don't recommend that, right? Freaking out, same deal. As long as you're freaking out, which is basically the thought, the mental state, running out of control with fearful, worrisome, future-based thoughts, that freak out is essentially saying to the brain, whatever you do, don't you dare calm down. We're in trouble. Right? That's not a strategy that tends to work. As a matter of fact, I've never met a single person who freaked out and got better. Another strategy, not particularly useful, is talking about your pain a lot. Right? I don't know a lot of people who speak about their pain all day long to other people, even in the TMS communities, and get well quickly. Right? Generally, what we want to do is let the brain that this pain or these symptoms are not significant. They're not of concern to us. So if they're not of concern to us, why are we talking about them all day? Because all that does is generally keep us in the symptom world, keeps us in that fear, if that makes sense. So coach those around you and encourage them. Stop asking me about it. I don't want to talk about it. It doesn't help me to talk about it. I know you love me. I love you too. Thank you for that. But it would help me most if we could stop talking about it. I'll ask you if I need help. Until then, treat me like I'm fine, because I am. Because I know it's TMS and this perceived danger pain stuff. Make sense? All right. Avoidance and shrinking our lives is not a strategy that I've seen work a lot, right? Because people have shrunk and shrunk and shrunk and shrunk until their life is so minimal. They lose friends, they don't disconnect with family, they don't do any normal activities for themselves out of the home or in the home. They become more agoraphobic. Now, generally, I understand why that happens, because we are afraid of the pain. And the last time I went out, boy, I had a doozy of a pain flare-up, so I'm not doing that again. I'll wait till I'm better till I can go out again. But unfortunately, avoidance just confirms with our own brains that going out is dangerous, that socializing is dangerous, that activities are dangerous, that even getting up and going to the kitchen is dangerous. So avoidance generally is not a useful strategy. What's the alternative? Well, being willing to experience the pain so that you can respond to it calmly and reassure yourself that there's really nothing harmful going on. So those are learning opportunities. You don't learn anything laying on your bed in the only comfortable position you can find most of the day, week, month, year. All you're doing at that point is confirming for the brain that those things that the brain is perceiving as dangerous are truly dangerous. We have to be willing to step out in order to teach the brain that, see, I can do these things. And over and over again, I hear from the members of my community that the more people do, the better they start feeling, and the more easy it is to believe that they're okay. So avoidance, not a great strategy. Fixing all day. What I mean by that is doing all fixing behaviors all day, every day. You know, even binge watching my videos. If you listen to more than one or two a day, it's probably too much. Now look, in the beginning, maybe that's a good idea to really get these concepts nailed down. But if you are listening to and engaging in and reading TMS perceived danger pain materials all day long, and meditating and breath work and journaling and therapy and trauma work and everything else and brain retraining and doing all of these things all day long, we can be overdoing it because the brain has no choice but to perceive all of this fixing activity as proof that there's something wrong and you need fixing. Does that make sense? So this isn't about doing more to get better faster. This is about knowing deeply that there's nothing to fix and living your life as if there's nothing wrong. Hope that makes sense. Another thing that can keep us a little bit in place would be trying to figure out exactly what's going on. So people say, you know, I have no idea why. My symptoms got worse today. I can't figure it out. I don't know what I did wrong. Well, first of all, assuming you did something wrong isn't helping, because now you're judging yourself and criticizing yourself for doing this TMS mind-body stuff incorrectly and causing your own pain. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Simply put, the brain is still perceiving danger, and it hasn't been convinced of your safety yet. So trying to figure out exactly what triggered something, by the way, doesn't help. Even if you can pinpoint it, go, yep, that's what it was. All that's going to do is put that trigger onto a list of triggers that now you're going to think, I need to avoid that moving forward. The solution is not to identify triggers so you can avoid them. The solution is to teach your brain that those triggers weren't dangerous in the first place, and that the brain was overreacting, and so therefore calmly responding if the symptoms flare, saying, nothing to figure out. I know what's going on. My brain's perceiving danger. Hey brain, shh, we're okay. That's the solution, not finding a trigger and listing it so you can avoid it forever. Make sense? Focusing on the symptoms all day long. You know, if you're constantly doing body scans, are you saying, oh, do I hurt? Oh, yep, I hurt. Does this hurt? Does that hurt? You know, thinking about it, fearing movement, activities, all that stuff. It's not going to help. Now, I could probably, if I really sat down and spent a lot of time with this, come up with a bunch of other strategies that are not successful for people. But you can also determine if the things that you are doing are serving you or kind of slowing things down. A great question to ask yourself is, well, this is what I think I'm doing, or the strategy I'm currently employing. Does that teach me I'm safe, or does that confirm the brain's perception of danger? It's a simple question. You can always ask that question, right? If you're going to resume activity, and let's say go back to the gym, are you doing it to fix yourself? In which case you're going to confirm the brain's belief that we got a body problem. Or are you doing it because you love working out and you're going to prove to yourself that this is safe? Now try to do that with as much positive expectation as possible. And if you end up with some symptoms or sensations as a result of that resumed activity, the best approach is a calm one. Reassure yourself that you're okay. Hey brain, shh, I didn't do anything wrong. We're okay. Then continue on. Doing normal things is a great approach. And if symptoms show up, responding cool, calm, collected, with confidence that I'm okay, that's the way forward. So, hope you guys and gals found this helpful. I'm going to get on with my day. It's a gorgeous Sunday, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Take care.